I can honestly say that I never really thought of myself as an inventor, but I have my first product ready to go. It needs some more testing. So today, I want us to declutter 10 things, but not just any 10 things, 10 high impact items. Items that are gonna make a huge difference in your house. So we're gonna go through those today, and I'm gonna tell you, I think there's a common thread throughout all of them. I'm gonna tell you what that is, and we're gonna test out my new product and see if it makes decluttering these items easier. So as I was putting together this list of 10 things that we're gonna declutter today, I was like, let's make them high impact items because not all items are the same in our house. So it's just a prototype. So this is my invention. It is the guilt-free timer. I went back and forth if it should be a timer or a coupon, but I liked the idea of the timer. I don't want it to be limiting. So here's how the guilt-free timer works. You set it for whatever time, maybe 10 minutes. And then during that amount of time, that 10 minutes, you can declutter anything you want guilt-free. It doesn't matter what you paid for it. It doesn't matter who gave it to you. It doesn't matter that you thought you were going to use it and then didn't. No guilt. There's no guilt allowed. You get a free pass while the timer is going. Isn't that awesome? So I think this is gonna help us get through stuff really quickly because the stuff I have on our list, we're not messing around today. Like, we are going all out. All right, I wanted to start with some high guilt items so we can use our timer wisely. So we headed to the bathroom because we spend a lot of money on hair products and face products and all that stuff. And honestly, a very small fraction of it actually works well, right? If we were to be completely honest. But here's what I want to let you know. I mean, I'm kind of joking about the timer, but my filter has changed for how I declutter over the years. In the beginning, I just wanted my house to be easier to keep clean, less inventory, less stuff to manage. But now I'm really zeroing in on how does my house feel? How does the stuff in my house make me feel? When we talk about the silent to-do list, what kind of messages is it sending me? And what I've decided now is that I don't want to keep anything in my house that is mocking me, nagging me, sending me negative messages. I have kept this. I shared a little while back how this like spilled in my drawer, and it was $100 and some dollars. I think I never spend that much money on face stuff, and I'm like, all right, Diana's been harassing me. I'm gonna like really take care of my skin, and I got it, and then dumped out in my drawer, and I need to just get rid of it. But even just that act, I was like, oh, but I paid so much money. Maybe I can get a little more out of it, right? So I know how hard this can be, but again, I don't want anything in my house making me feel bad about myself. So I am gonna agree to let any bath products, makeup products, skincare products, hair care products, I'm not gonna have to see it every time I open these cabinets now, and I get to feel better about myself in my house. All right, now number 2 is toys. Now, even if you don't have toys in your house right now or it's not an issue, hang with me for 1 second because I said there was a common thread through all of these items, and what that common thread is trial and error. I think what you're gonna find with all of these 10 items that we're going through today is that there is trial and error involved. And what that means is that sometimes we buy something thinking it is going to be great and it's not. And I can't believe how many times I was duped by toys. Other people said they were so great. I saw the commercials, I saw reviews on Amazon. This toy will occupy your kids forever and ever, right? And how many times those toys did not live up to my expectations. And so it is okay if we have gotten toys for our kids that they don't end up playing with. But instead of just keeping them and hoping maybe someday or at a different stage or age that they're gonna play with it, let's just part with them now. We had pared our toys down so much. I mean, the kids are getting older now, so they don't play with them as much, but we had pared them down so much and the kids played so much better. So ditch the big toys, ditch the things they hardly ever play with. You know your kids. You know what they play with and what they don't, and I think everyone is gonna be happier for it. And again, oh no, where'd my guilt timer go? I know, sometimes we keep toys because they're special to us. It doesn't even matter about our kids, right? They're special to us or they were a gift or whatever. Set the guilt timer, let them go, trusting that your kids are gonna be happier with fewer toys and you are going to be happier with fewer toys too. Less to manage, less to pick up, a more peaceful environment. It's so much more valuable than any of the toys that you could keep. All right, number 3 is shoes. And yeah, you guessed it. We're probably gonna need the timer for these, right? You know how I like to think about shoes now? Again, that thread of trial and error. It's kind of like when you pick out a mattress. You go to the store, you try them on, you walk around a little bit, you're like, they're cute, they're comfy, they're on sale, right? Like, I think they'll be good. And then you're wearing them and you get a half hour in and you're like, oh my goodness, what did I do, right? Like, even these silly shoes, I love them. I think they are super cute, but they're like a 1 hour shoe. Hopefully there's somewhere to sit down, because if we're going somewhere and you have to stand for a while, do not wear these, right? But I really like them. But again, I couldn't have known that when I tried them on the store. Like, I really do try to only buy comfortable shoes now. When I tried them on, they were comfortable. Permission to let these things go, because again, what's more important to me is how my house feels. So we're gonna let these go. We're never gonna think about them again. And our closet is gonna feel so much better for it. All right, next, let's talk about books. We actually did a whole video on this recently. Books are a huge source of guilt. Books hold so much valuable information, but most of us don't have enough time to take it all in. And so today's video is sponsored by Blinkist, which we're so grateful for. But what's so cool about Blinkist is they take nonfiction books and they shrink it down to 15 minutes. So you can read or listen to the blinks in 13 to 15 minutes is most of them. And they pick out all of the high points. And so I find myself using it in 2 ways. I use it, one, to check out new books. So Cass from Clutterbug recommended the Four Tendencies. I mean, she went on. She was like, this book is life-changing. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to know this information. But I stopped myself. I'm like, I'm gonna check it out on Blinkist before I buy the book. And so I listened to the blinks and I was like, it's good. Like, it's very helpful, but I don't feel compelled to listen to the whole book now. Now, on the other hand, Essentialism by Greg McKeown, that book is a life changer. So I highly recommend listening to the whole book, but then I love being able to go back and listen to the blinks to reinforce the really important ideas. Similarly, Atomic Habits, same thing. I would highly recommend listening to the whole book, but I love being able to use Blinkist to go back and listen to the highlights, listen to the blinks, and have those really important ideas reinforced while I'm just getting ready in the morning or driving. And so I'm gonna link to some of my favorite books down below. Like I said, Essentialism, Atomic Habits, The 5-Second Rule, Eat That Frog. There's also a book on intermittent fasting that's been really helpful to me. But again, here's where it saves me guilt. Greg McKeown, like I said, he wrote Essentialism, but he also just came out with a new book called Effortless. And I'm like, I have to listen to this book. I need to have it. However, I know I don't have time for it right now. I have 2 other books I'm listening to, and I know I don't have time. So I'm gonna go on and listen to the blinks and know that I still have the main points. So when others bring it up or mention it, I'm in the loop on it, I can still benefit from it. Then probably later this winter, I'll probably listen to the whole book. So again, Blinkist has thousands of titles available, over 14 million active users, and you can read or listen both online and offline. Plus, if you find a book that you really like, you can listen to the full-length version for up to 65% off. So if you use our link, the first 100 people can try out Blinkist for 1 week completely free, cancel anytime, and then also get 25% off the full membership. And honestly, this like pays for itself very quickly, because when I look at the books I haven't bought that I've just listened to the blinks, I've already paid for it many times over. And so much less guilt because I don't have all those books on my bookshelf now. So check out that link down below. Blinkist has been a great resource to me as I try to live more simply. I wonder how many kitchen appliances collectively are kept because we actually sincerely use them, and how many are kept in our kitchens just because we spent money on them. I don't know. If you would comment below, how many appliances in your kitchen do you keep because you spent money on it and you're having a really hard time parting with it? I would be very curious to know. And again, going back to this idea of trial and error, when I first heard about an air fryer and then someone was saying you gotta get the Ninja Foodie grill, I don't know. The people that were recommending it to me, I thought, I think we're in similar life stages. I think they're a similar amount of busy as me. I think they have similar food styles and cooking styles. So I think if they're saying the Ninja Foodie whatever air fryer thing is good, then I'm thinking it would be good for us too. And so then I save up and I get it and I find an open box one so it's cheaper. And I'm just like the whole time, I really hope this is it. Like, I really hope it's as good as everyone says. I hope I'm gonna get my money's back out of it, right? But we don't know. Like, it is trial and error. Every appliance in our kitchen is trial and error. I wish that we would lighten up on ourselves a little bit, because I think we're way too hard on ourselves. We're just going off with the recommendations of other people in Amazon. And so it's fair to assume we might make a mistake from time to time, but yet we don't allow ourselves to make mistakes. And so luckily the air fryer worked out for us very well. I'm very glad that we got it, but that's not always the case. And so I left my timer in the other room. So let's set our guilt timer and say we have 10 minutes to get rid of any appliance in our kitchen that is just taking up space, that's just making me feel guilty, and that is adding absolutely no value to my life or to my cooking or to my kitchen. And let's just let those things go, trusting that my kitchen is gonna feel a whole lot better if I have these guilty items out of it. And as long as we're talking about kitchens in trial and error, then I think we better talk about cleaning supplies, because it falls into a very similar camp, right? We simply don't know what we're gonna like and what's gonna work well on our specific type of gunk, right? Of crud, grime, that's the word I'm looking for. We all have unique circumstances. Some of us have people that could cook a meal on the stove and hardly get anything on it. Others of us wonder if half of the food ended up on the stovetop, right? We just have different circumstances. We have different tastes and preferences. And so we try something hoping that it's gonna smell good and work well, but we just don't always know. And so I know how cleaning products can accumulate and multiply. And so let's agree to make a pass through all of our cleaning supplies and part with anything that we don't like. And you might even find that you enjoy cleaning just a little bit more. Okay, so let's move from trial and error items to stuff we didn't necessarily invite into our house. So a lot of times we buy a good old set of things, right? I need some new pots, but good news, it comes with 64 other pieces. And a lot of times we have a hard time donating this because we don't want to break up a set. Well, here's what I want to tell you about breaking up a set. There are people in the world, like moi, who never buy complete sets of anything. I go to the thrift store and I specifically don't want to buy a set. I like buying a single pot or a single pan. Or did you know you can even donate just lids of things? There's a lot of thrift stores that have a section of lids. So yes, you can 100% donate pieces of a set. Pots and pans, dishes, china, anything, you name it. Good news, we can set the timer and you can get rid of all those extra pieces that you're not using guilt-free. Total free pass. How many minutes do you think you need? I mean, probably like 5 minutes, I think, is all you would need to get through pots and pans. Just go ahead and get rid of all of the pieces that you're not using and your cabinet is gonna feel so much better. It feels so, I don't know what it is. It's easier to cook. It's easier when you go to put stuff away at the end of the day when you're done doing the dishes. All right, time's running. A few more minutes. Guilt-free, part with those items now, and someone is gonna be very happy to find your partial set at the thrift store. And again, for our next item, along the lines of things we didn't necessarily invite into our house, how about those extra plastic cups you get, like the kids' cups or the to-go cups, but they're reusable? We don't have to keep those. They just clutter up our cabinets. Or I'm just buying deli meat and I get a storage container out of it. We don't have to keep these things. And so I talk all the time about storing our food storage containers with the lids on. And why I love that is because it limits the number that we can keep. And so it's very clear to me when I go to put this away, oh, I don't need any more lunch meat containers for storage containers. They just clutter up my cabinet. It's more inventory that I have to manage. I don't have to keep these things. So again, things that come into our house that we didn't necessarily need or weren't looking for, it is 100% okay to let these things go. Take back the extra space in your cabinet. I think you're gonna find it functions a whole lot better and is more enjoyable to use and put other dishes away when it's not cluttered up with these things. All right, more things that we don't necessarily invite into our house, How about catalogs and a lot of magazines? A lot of this stuff comes in the mail and it clutters up our house really quickly, but it nags us because we're like, I might need it. I don't know. Do I need it? Here's the thing. Whenever I see a catalog now, I look at it and I say, you're trying to get me to spend money. You want me to part with my money. The whole goal, everything about this, free gifts. You'll see spring sale, discount, buy one, get one half off. Oh, look, see down here where they like mark down the price. Everything they do is designed to get me to spend money and to feel urgency around it. Like, don't miss out, don't miss out. If you miss this sale, it's never gonna be this cheap again. Even though you get the next one in the mail and it's like has all the same things. Oh, add 6 more for 1 penny, right? Catalogs, coupons, they're just trying to get us to spend money. And so when I see these come in now, I am much more discerning. I look at it, I'm like, am I really gonna buy it? Do I really, really need that thing? Or is it just gonna tempt me to buy something that I don't actually need? Because honestly, I don't actually need anything right now. We need nothing, nothing. And lastly, let's talk about clothes. I went back and forth on this one. I wasn't sure if I should include it or not because I think we talk about this a fair amount and I think most of us know. If it still has the tags on it, we should get rid of it, right? But again, let's go back to why. I want my house to feel good. I don't want it to mock me. I don't want it to make fun of me. I don't want it to make me feel bad about myself. I want to feel good when I'm in my home. I want my home to be a haven. I want it to be a safe place to be, a place where we can recharge. And if there are things in my closet that are reminding me that I wasted money or that I used to be able to fit into them or I used to have that job where I wore them, I mean, it's amazing the things that our clothing can say to us. And why would I allow anything in my house to say anything negative to me? It's not worth it. It's just clothing. And I deserve to feel good in my own house. So, complete permission to let go of things that you paid money for, that you used to fit into. I show these canvas bags all the time. Stick the clothes in there. If you used to be able to fit into them, you're hoping to fit into them again, stick them in there, but get them out of sight. So when you open your closet door in the morning, everything you see is an option. That is one of the most kind things that we can do to ourselves. And especially right now, we need to do everything possible to be really nice to ourselves. I want that for you. I want you to be nice to you. And yes, I'm not wearing black today. I pulled out my canvas bag and this t-shirt was in there and I'm like, that's a fun color. So I thought a little color would be good today, but I'm still very much enjoying my black wardrobe. It's easy. I feel comfortable in it. So yes, you might occasionally see me in color and it's kind of fun, but ultimately my black wardrobe is still prevailing. All right, so obviously I'm just joking about the timer, but sometimes, well, I don't know, if I could actually figure out how to make a guilt-free timer, it would sell millions, right? But sometimes it's helpful just to look at our stuff a little bit differently. And like I said, throughout this whole video, I want my house to feel good. I don't want anything nagging at me or mocking me or making fun of me or making me feel guilty or bad. It's just not worth it. At the end of the day, it's just not worth it. So complete permission to get rid of all 10 categories today. Let that stuff go. Free up some extra space in your house and your home is gonna feel awesome. You can do it. I know you can. I love you. I hope you have a really good day and I will definitely look forward to seeing you again soon.